Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Attila. Here today we're going to be starting a brand new campaign on the Ancient Empires mod, beta version 1.0 as the Roman Republic. So guys, I want to make a deal with you first up. If this video can hit 500 likes within 24 hours, I will do a double upload here today and release the second video instantly. If not, you just have to wait a little bit longer for that next upload. Now, this Ancient Empires mod campaign has been out for around about 6 months now, roughly, I believe, and I believe that it's stable enough now to do a roughly 10-part episode series on it. So I'll put in the description below the mod if you'd like to download it and play along with me. Well, let's get stuck into the campaign as the Roman Republic. So what this mod does, it essentially brings Rome 2 into Total War Attila. It brings the classical age of the Roman Republic into Total War Attila, which is going to be a lot of fun. We'll go through the other factions here as well, which are all currently available, which I can definitely see myself doing series on. So what this mod does as well, kind of like Divide et Impera, it reworks the trade, resources, economy, diplomacy, edicts. It essentially adds more maintenance costs to buildings and whatnot, and adds urbanization. There's no agents in the campaign just yet, but they've got the family tree, which is an awesome aspect. We're going to be playing as Sextus Julius Caesar. Other factions we have here which are playable are Carthage, Hannibal Barca, we could play as well. We could play as Nabatea. These are some of the Arabian kingdoms. If I was going to do another campaign on this mod, I'd definitely play as Macedon, Reform, Alexander the Great's legacy. We've also got Pergamon, Ptolemy, and we've got the Seleucid kingdom here to play as well. The Eastern and Pontic kingdoms of Media, Persia, Armenia, Bactria, and Pontus. We'll go have a quick look at the custom battle to see what we can look forward to Rome-wise. But guys, if you want to see more Ancient Empire campaign videos on the channel, leave a like and a comment with some feedback and suggestions. So, this is the Roman Republic, of course. This is some of the units we can look forward to. So 3 units of spear infantry early on. We've got melee infantry here of the Principes and cohorts. And then we've got our skirmishers, melee cav, skirmish cav. And then we have ballista. Archers and artillery seem to be nerfed in this campaign, more so compared to like Rome 2 and whatnot. So we're definitely going to heavily focus on our infantry and our Marian reforms. This is the Roman Empire here once the Marian reforms come in and sort of towards the late Empire. So as you can see here, look at these Marian legionaries, Augustan legionaries here, Imperial legionaries. So you're most welcome to pause and have a look at all the units, all the auxiliaries as well, once we start conquering foreign provinces. So looking at the amount of units we've got to play here, there's a lot of replayability and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay guys, without further ado, I'll see you guys on the campaign map. Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. The load screens are a little bit excessive, but completely understandable because of the fact that there's so many assets. So we're going to be starting off the episode here today with a battle against the Carthaginians. We've got Publius Cornelius Scipio, and of course Hannibal Barca. So Rome has conquered the western Mediterranean of Hispania. She holds a strategic port at Carthago Nova and has begun to turn the Celtiberian tribes in her favour. So basically in this time period at the moment, we currently have the Italian peninsula, Sardinia and Corsica. We have a small holding over in Dyrrhachium in Greece, and then we've got a small pocket here in southern Spain. To start things off, we have to play the Battle of Zambia. We have Publius Cornelius Scipio here now, and we've got 2 units of extraordinaries, okay, and then we've got 6 units of Principes, 3 units of cohorts, 4 units of vilites, equites, and our cavalry contingent is made up of Numidian cavalry, which is quite cool. So he looks like he's got some sort of, oh okay, I thought they might be sacred band or something. We've got elephants to watch out for as well. But regardless guys, let's get stuck right into our first battle for the series to start things off. I would have liked to sort of show you guys the mod a bit more before getting stuck into a battle, but regardless, this is going to change the tide of Rome at the moment. This is our only army, I believe, at the moment. Okay, so guys, let me know in the comment section down below where you would like me to expand for this series. I roughly want to probably do about 10 episodes. I definitely would like to reform the Western Roman Empire as sort of my short victory, take modern day France and Gaul, reform get the entirety of sort of northern Italy. I don't think we've got like where Milan would be under control. Take the Iberian Peninsula, maybe out the Britons, and we'll see how we go. Pushing eastward, which tends to be a little bit more difficult, fighting the Greeks and the Egyptians, of course. Okay, guys, welcome to the battle. The load times are a little bit sort of iffy. It's because I'm recording at the same time. That's the problem with it. Regardless, foggy. Let's wait one more turn now. Dry. Let's start the deployment. So at the moment, we do... Oh, no, we seem to have some alright terrain. Okay, it seems to be quite... foresty here. Look, are we attacking? I don't know who's attacking. I should have checked that. I assume they are. I assume they have to come to me. So we'll go have a look at the units in a moment. Let's have a look at Carthage first now, shall we? So this is just their stock standard Numidian cavalry. Here are the Carthaginian elephants. That looks really quite cool. Is that marble? Oh, it's not. It looks like it's obvious it's not marble, but it looks like it is. That's crazy. It looks very close up. That'd be quite cool if they had like marble chariots. It'd be so impractical on the poor elephant. Okay, so here is just their velites here. We're facing Hannibal, the great Hannibal Barca. So you might as well pause and have a look at some of these units here. So what's what exactly? So just spear bearers live... oh, okay. They've got some Italian infantry at the back here. Right. Oh, that's interesting, because technically we are Latin, aren't we? We're technically Latin, not Italian at this point. So here are some of the Carthaginians. This mod looks absolutely fantastic. I recommend downloading it and playing it if you have Total War Attila. So here are some of the Italian conscripts. That looks interesting. Right, okay. Let's swing over further here. So here are our heavy spear infantry, our principes at the front. So you don't have sort of the Roman shields just yet, as in like the bright red ones, because they're going more down a historical sort of path compared to like Rome 2 and whatnot. Okay, so let's swing around and start things up. So what we want to do is have a strong front line. So these guys are heavy spears. So we've got the melee here as well, and then the heavy melee infantry. So we want the heavy spear infantry on the flanks to deal with cavalry. However, I want some of these young cohorts to be able to pivot and help us out if need be. So let's swing around up here now. It looks like their front line is going to be about that deep. Look, when you fight in the forest, it does reduce combat efficiency. So I'm not entirely keen to do so. But in saying that, we want to be able to spear down those elephants. That's what we need to focus on, otherwise they're going to wreak havoc against me. We need to find a clear area where I guess I can pull further back, maybe higher up on this slope. Maybe we can like put the front line a bit higher back, because I'm pretty sure they're coming to me. Look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull further back and try and fight them in the open field. We are Rome. We've got better melee infantry. I believe we can fight in stronger hand-to-hand combat than the Carthaginians and their Italian conscripts. So we'll swing around this way, like this. We'll pull further back on the hill, so this is not just an exact approach. So we'll chuck my cohorts here as the flanking unit, and then we'll chuck my spearmen here, just as a bit of a test. I might do it in the other order now, actually. So, let's swing my velites around here as well, and let's get... So these are just light skirmish cav. Okay, so we'll get them to harass... hopefully the elephants. That's what we want to do. Try and take them out as quickly as possible. So put them on this flank, because you never know, they could very well... I'm gonna have to put some cavalry here. So who have we got here in reserve? Oh, Numidian noble, good. Okay, we'll put cavalry on the left and right there. Okay, so who have we got here at the front? Oh, we've got you. That's alright. You can be a part of the front line, and we'll move the general here as well. So let's have a look at him. The man, the myth, the legend, Scipio Africanus. Let's start the battle now. Here he is. are donned in the appropriate Roman attire. Looks absolutely glorious. Alright, you ready, men? Okay, so first up, are they moving? That's what I want to know. So it looks like they're pulling further back. Okay, what does it say? You will lose if the time runs out. Right, so we are attacking them. I didn't know exactly. You will lose if the time runs out. Okay, looks like we're going to have to make some march against them. So, get ready, lads. It's time to earn your worth. So, I guess at this point, we're just going to try and charge them. We're not going to worry about having those flanking units just yet. If we're charging, we're already going to have an abundance of flanking units. So, this is probably how deep we want to make it. Okay. And then we'll chuck spearmen here as well. But if we can take those elephants out earlier, the better. And we'll try and focus to lopside them here more. Scipio Africanus can go here, but he's going to have to slowly move. And then we'll slowly move my, Equites here, say. My Numidian cavalry. So we're going to have to reform a bit. We're going to have to readjust into position. But so far, after my little test playthrough of this campaign, it works really well. I'm thoroughly enjoying it at the moment. Alright, so let's continue on now, shall we? Romans! Romani! Move out! Slowly but surely, the Romans are going to be taking Carthaginian ground. Vina Vina Vici! Roma Invicta! Alright, let's get stuck in. Let's try and take out these elephants and turn them into pincushions. That's what we want to be doing. Okay, so are there any sort of special flaming abilities? No, it doesn't by the look of it. We're going to have to stay clear from their slingers because they're going to take us out quickly. We're better off forming up closer to their skirmish cav. They've got a unit of swordsmen there, so we're going to have to be quite quick. So really, it looks like they're onto it though, by the look of it. So everyone's slowly but surely marching. They're getting up there. It's alright. The skirmishers are now moving higher back. We need to wait for those cav. So they've moved their skirmishers in front of their elephants. That's interesting. We'll hold things up here. And we'll see what happens. They're moving their skirmishers here. Expose your elephants, you bugger. They might have just done that. Swing around. So they're forming up in the center here. Go get the elephants. They might have baited me. I'm not entirely sure. But we'll see. They've pushed a lot of their skirmishers and hit there. Go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, get Gadget. Swing this way, though. Because we don't want to draw... Yeah, there. Hit them. Hit them now. Vilates! Throw it. Throw it now. They're getting way too close. Fall back. Oh, no. We're going to get an elephant charge here. Shoot! Try and draw them out. Come on. It looks like they're going to take charge. Alright, let's go again. We've only killed 2. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down! For Theodenga! For King Theoden! Seems to be working. So that's what we need to take out. That's what's going to wreck my front line. If we can sort of kite and parry these Oliphants, we'll be laughing. Yeah, but I really can't wait to show you the campaign map. That's what you really guys want to see for this, but it's kind of sucks to be able to play the battle straight up. I wish we had the choice, because I wanted to show you how well they've redone the trade, resources, economy. Diplomacy seems a lot better now as well. Edicts now have maintenance. Come on, we just need to keep on just pressurizing them. Look, you can put... Shit! Put skirmish mode on, that's what's doing it. We haven't lost too many. Right. Because skirmish mode wasn't enabled. So they're going to properly do it. Sometimes I don't trust skirmish mode because sometimes it's a bit of a pain. There we go, there we go. Yes! Like, this guy's getting way too close here. So we'll continue to keep this up. We are copping some fire from those skirmishes. If we can hit them from the side, that might be better. Come on, let's take them out. Keep going, lads. So, looks like... Let's just pause for a second. So, it looks like my skirmishers have got here already. What I'm going to do is get my infantry close enough. And I'm going to send my cavalry up as well. Okay. So, if we can continue to get rid of these elephants. Look, we're hitting them from behind here now. The unit has split somewhat. And now we're flanking them quite nicely. Excellent stuff. We're going to be able to smash these. This is what you want. You want to be kiting them. So it's interesting what the AI has done here. So they reformed up, but they pulled higher up here. Look, I could charge a unit of swordsmen there. Looks like they're bringing their general up, though. So yeah, continue to rain fire and death upon these elephants as quickly as possible. Keep it up. Looks like they're sending some cavalry out. Hannibal Barker himself is coming forward. He's not in skirmish range, is he? Charge it, lads. Get a volley off. Get a volley off against the great Hannibal Barker. Because that'd be bloody worth it. Continue to knock out these elephants. Yeah. Go, cavalry. Go, go, go. And spearmen. Put a volley into him. Foolish. Man. Right, I'm trying to make sure the elephants don't hit me in the ass. Right, that's alright. Send the cavalry. No, they got cavalry there. Wait for that. Oh, these elephants are flanking me a bit. Right, form the line. Shit. Fall back. They're routing. Perfect. Continue to form the line. Fall these guys back. My skirmishers are now engaging them in hand-to-hand combat. That's exactly what we don't want. Go here, because you're eventually going to be able to take out spearmen in a sec. We're losing a bit of morale penalty. Look, we need to form up here now. We need to charge this front line. They seem to be lopsided, disorganized, and still moving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to engage the attack. So let's start things off here where we can. We'll get these two guys to flank and parry. So push, push, push for here, push for here. Oh, you should be really going for that, because you're already getting that. Okay. Perfecto. And where's that spear unit and these two blokes? So pivot that way. Where was my cavalry on this right side? Push for this now. Push for that. You engage this. So this battle's going off to a flying start at the moment. And then get my spearmen to engage them. And get you guys to pivot. Villetes at the ready. Just get some shots off. Hit their skirmishes where you can. Where's Africanus? Well, he's not Africanus yet, I don't think. Rally! Right, my elephants. The elephants aren't going to cause any damage anymore. Okay, I'm going to slow things down a little because I want to get that front line engaged. So, these skirmishers are now engaging, so you can pull out because I don't want to lose them. Let's destroy that entire elephant unit because I don't want them to be re-caught. So, essentially move out like... Oh, what the fuck? Scipio, bloody, just had an aneurysm. Just like, quickly go this. No, I had heat stroke. Go back. I say Scipio had an aneurysm. It was fucking me. Right, okay, basically, get back over here, deal with that cavalry. It looks like things are still seem to be working. Right. So, let's redo this again. Here, so you guys know, so you guys can actually see what I'm targeting. Okay, that's more sort of that stuff, right. Right, let's try again. Let's go 2 for 2. So it looks like my cavalry now is actually engaging Barker here, which is good. And where are my other cavalry? So they're dealing with them. Kill beans. Villetes. So we're starting to charge their front line now. Looks like we're hitting some of our Italian units first. The front line is engulfed. The Iberian warband was some of the best in Divide at Impera. So if they've got a lot of them, we've got to watch out. Alright, continue to knock out Hannibal if we can. Send... Oh, go around the back. Right. Continue to help where you can. Oh, God. Push the general up. Skirmishers fall back. Okay, swing around and help. Right, cool. Get around here. In the same boat, I want you skirmishers to be focusing all your skirmish ability and firepower upon theirs. Where's Scipio? He needs to be way closer here, and he needs to bring back the morale points of especially this front line. Spearmen, get around the back. Kill Hannibal. 1,000 denaries. And land. You know how the Romans love land? Get stuck in. 1,000 denarii, and on top of that 1,000 acres. How about that? You can have your own gladiatorial arena, or whatever you want. 17, we can't lose Scipio though, so we need to watch out for that. Kill Barker, bring him down, bring him down. We've surrounded him now with spearmen, he's not going to like that one. Okay, let's continue now and try and swing around. So allow my cavalry to deal with them. Keep on skirmishing where you can. The enemy general is dead. Hannibal Barca, the son of Hamilcar, the brother of... What's another one? I can't remember the other ones. There's a couple of... Hasdrubal isn't one. All got stupid ass names. We are Roman. We don't care about this foreign muck. Alright, let's swing back here. Spear... Oh, yeah, not the best idea doing that. I was going to say, it's kind of fruitless doing that. Isn't it? Fruitless running after skirmish cavalry with, well, with infantry. I don't think the guy in the original Rome said that, but... That's what it was in my picture. In my mind. Oh, God. I dribble a lot of shit, don't I? That's what I think you guys like about it, though. Right. Anyway, we've got him on the back foot now. We have lost a decent amount, but to be fair, we're still pretty much bang on. Yeah, go run them down, run them down. To be bang on target. We're still bang on target to be able to create the Roman Empire. Alright, how well is everyone doing here? Charge up. Let's try and run them down as best we can. The infantry's still holding in the centre. Skirmishers are here. Cavalry ready to run down their skirmishers. But that's it. She's all over Red Rover. They, for some reason, threw their elephants forward, which was really stupid. But it kind of baited them a bit. But you got to give it to the Carthaginians and this mod. Look at this, right? These guys are not buckling, even when their enemy's dead. The general's dead. They are fighting to the final straw. The last man. The last leg, if you will. Great show. Especially if you're British. Oh! That cavalry's come in. Numidian cavalry. Still fighting for their leader. Who else is still hanging about here? Numidian cavalry as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is speed things up. We want to try and run down as many of the enemy as possible, especially incredibly early on in the game, because this is what's going to happen. We're going to be able to destroy entire units, which will smash their replenishment, and also smash that auto replenishment. And also, it's going to give us some really cheap and easy chevrons and accolades for our men. So run down as many men as possible, get your training and target practice up, and then we're going to be laughing. So we've made a massive dent into the Barca dynasty, and victory is now ours. Excellent stuff. Roma Invicta. Decisive victory, if I do say so myself. We deployed 4,320 with Publius Scipio. 95 lost, but, of course, at the moment, from what we're saying, we haven't lost any. Ligo 2 has now won the Battle of Zambia, just a little bit south of Carthage. So we haven't lost the entirety of any one of our units, which is awesome. They deployed 4,128. They lost Hannibal Barker. 1 unit of Citizen Hoplites. Oh, okay, they lost their entire unit of Elephants, but a lot of them they still didn't. Alright, so there's still a fair few more left. They're pretty decimated, though. Okay, so we can heal our army and get a plus 12 replenishment, which will kind of make those chevrons we gained obsolete, or we can kill the enemy captives. How many did we capture? 515. It's a fine line. Do we want them to escape and replenish? Or do we want the replenishment so we can continue to fight? Because we are quite isolated and alone here in North Africa. I'm going to kill the captives, because if we can take a city quick enough, we might be able to get a decent replenishment. Okay, so introduction into supply system. Now, welcome to Ancient Empires. 202 BC. The Roman consuls at the moment are Claudius PF and Nero. Okay, right, so Nero. Right, so the deaths. Hasdrubal has now died. Carthaginian, so we've just done the Battle of Zama. So, following the Battle of Zama, the Roman general Publius Cornelius Scipio gained the surname Africanus. Okay, so these are sort of the events and the time period of 201 BC. Let's accept Hannibal Barca is now deceased. Take the war against Hannibal. Raise or sack the following settlement: Carthage. Conquer Carthage, 4,000 denarii. Let's accept and continue on. I'm going to swing the camera around a bit and try and get it to the center so it looks somewhat normal. I don't like how it did that. Okay, so is that pretty much the center? Yep, that's what we like. Okay, so welcome to Ancient Empires, guys. We don't have any more movement points to run down. Who is this now? Oh, just a random enemy general of Carthage. Okay, so after that, we'll do a quick save, and we'll continue on with recruitment and construction. Okay, guys, so we've just had our first battle of the episode. So what I'm going to be doing for the remaining, I'm going to be explaining some of the new systems for the beta version 1.0 and sort of just going through what Ancient Empires and the mod has to offer. Okay, so we're going to get Publius to run down that army when we can. So, let's start things off where my territory is and gain a bit of a scope of the campaign. So, we currently have Roma and the province of Italia here. We have Arretium in the north, but that's as far as we go. We've got Sardinia and Corsica, Sicily as well. We have Dyrrachium here, so we've got a small holding within the Ionian Peninsula? I don't know if it's that. I can't remember. Greece, whatever that is. I don't think it is. I can't remember. Regardless, we've also got small pockets here in Iberia, Cordoba, Carthago Nova, and we don't have any in North Africa at the moment. Okay, so let's start things off and look at our faction and who we're playing with. But oh my god, I love to see this. We've got the family tree. Man, Rome 2, I'll definitely play Rome 2 more if they had a family tree, because I just feel like it's so lucky. I love role-playing as these characters. I love tracing the lineage and the descent of Sextus. Like, I can't wait if we ever get to a stage. It'd be so cool if we could have Sextus' great-great-grandson carving up Britannia, holding gladiatorial games and spectacles and arenas down in Egypt or something, having beast hunts with lions and crocodiles. How cool would that be? And then having, like, I don't know, sort of role-playing a bit and having them carve out their own kingdoms. Maybe create even some successor kingdoms. We'll just have to see. So, we're playing as Sextus Julius Caesar. He has a son, Lucius Caesar, Gaius Caesar, and Sextus Caesar. I don't know why Gaius is currently the heir. I quickly googled Sextus Caesar, and they don't know exactly. There isn't much on Sextus Caesar, but he definitely had a son called Sextus, and he had a son called Lucius. I couldn't find anyone called Gaius, but maybe that was just my own research. So Lucius Caesar is my son, so he should be the heir. 21 years of age, statesman. Let's declare Lucius Julius Caesar as the heir. Okay, so here we've got the political officers of Rome. We have, of course, 36% weak. Okay, so we have the 2 consuls here, praetor, tribute of the plebs, aediles, and quaestors. So we've got Publius Cornelius Scipio here. 9, okay. Is that how old he is? Yeah. Okay, I guess that, I don't know if that's Africanus' brother or son. Anyway, we've got Titus Flammius here. Lucius, Marcus Cato, Publius, I think it's a different Cato. Lucius Scipio, another Lucius Scipio, Publius Galba, Gannicus, Tiberius Gracchus. Oh, we've got to give him tribune of the plebs. Just don't let him get a hands on those cheeky land reforms. Publius, Gaius, and Lucius. Publius, okay. Cool. So firstly, what I want to do is I want to adopt Africanus. Scipio Africanus. That's what I want to do. He's 61, but I want to try and breed him into the tree. So government-wise in Rome at the moment, we are the Roman Republic. We're not at the stage of the Empire just yet. I think during Sextus' reign, we could be technically in a dictatorial Senate state at the moment. As you can see, there's no consuls. There should be 2 consuls in this time period for Rome. One to keep an eye on the other, you know what I mean? So technically what we could do, we could maybe say, or roleplay it, that Sextus Caesar, Julius Caesar, has declared his dictatorship. Rome is in a dictatorship now, and we're going to slowly and early move the way towards the empire and the emperor, and maybe be like the old Roman kings of Romulus. Okay, so that's what I want to sort of do. So anyway, rambling on here, I got way too keen into that. Let's adopt now Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus, because what I want to do is adopt him in so I can control his family tree. I want to try and marry into him at some point, but I definitely want to, for this series, put a prize on blood. We're going to go sort of down. I know Romans didn't really do it, but we want to focus on blood. We want to focus on having an heir, like it's going to follow. The Romans did mostly do stuff on blood. I'm pretty sure there was some offices that you only could be in if you had a famous ancestor and whatnot. Anyway, so Publius is going to come in now. Publius Cornelius Africanus. Yeah, so that's age, yeah. Influence. So we'll bring him into the fold. Excellent. So I would probably try and chuck it down somewhere else. I'll try and move that to another line because, really, I want Lucius to have as many sons as possible. So that's enough with the family tree. Let's now move to diplomacy. So we currently have a defensive alliance with Massalia. We must expect an invasion from Massalia. I love that trailer when they're trying to find Hannibal Barca when he's circumnavigating the Alps. Okay, so they're currently my defensive ally. Interesting. Can I swap that to a military? No. Because I would personally prefer a military because we're not going to get dragged into some obscure war. You know what I mean? I am tempted to give them military access, though, for a payment of 400. Okay, that's way too much. If it's not going to be 100, 200. Okay, we'll try and cheat. We'll try and get as much money from the AI as possible. So they have somewhat changed the AI in diplomacy-wise. The AI seems to be more negotiable to trade and whatnot, and I'll go into trade in a moment. It is so crucial in ancient empires. Okay, so we're currently at war with Cerberus. I guess, okay. So we've got Massalii in the south, and we've got the Republic of Carthage. Does the Massalii want a peace treaty? They would offer one. Okay. Give me a payment. Moderate. 400. Yeah, sure. I'll accept that. I'm focusing on Carthage at the moment. Oh, okay. I don't know how they were able to negotiate that being a tribute state. Okay. So we're currently trading with Canterbury, Vatonis, Venetii, the Achaean League, and Pergamon. Okay, so let's sort by attitude. Well, really, we need to sort by trade. So let's try and trade with Crete. They're going to give us... But look at this. We get a decent amount of money from trade here at the moment. Because trade is so valuable in this. I'll go through it in a moment once we get to the tab. So we only can get 400 from them. That's fine. We're going to accept that. Perfect. Let's move down to Byzantium as well. Let's trade with them. Try and get as much money from them as possible. Move down to Rhodes, another Greek city-state. I don't want non-aggressional pacts, I just want payment. I should have checked if they want to become client states or something. Because it still seems high, even though we're squeezing them for money. Nah, that really shoves it in. They definitely don't want that. Okay, so we're going to try and just get as much trade as we can at the moment, because I'm not entirely sure where we should expand. If they're going to give me 800, I'm going to give them trade. Oh, let's renegotiate that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to try and get trade with all those other people, because this is taking a little bit. Okay, guys, we've thoroughly increased our war chest at the moment. We've got an abundance of new trade partners, and we've got a massive influx into our war chest. At the moment, we're currently making 4,000 from trade, which is crazy, if I do say so myself. Technology-wise, we could go down sort of the civic public order stuff, but at the moment, I think we're better off going straight for Marian reforms, to be honest. We can make the best army and functional army that ever existed in this time period. So 59 turns is quite steep, but we should be able to build research buildings to increase that somewhat. So here are our objectives, of course. So minor victory, military victory, culture victory, divine triumph. Okay, so minor victory, Italia, Africa, Carthaginius, military victory. Look, you know what? Let me know in the comments what you want me to sort of go for. So just a rough gauge. If we could take Iberia, take Gaul, take Britannia, North Africa, try and expand our territory into Greece, Anatolia, and maybe Egypt here. If we can get that done within... I'll roughly do about 10 episodes. But if you want us to do like a full map completion, you gotta have to show your support by leaving a like and a comment. But if this video gets like a crazy amount of support, I don't see why not. Okay, let's go through the buildings and how they work in ancient empires, because it's a bit different. So we're going to be going down to Magna Graecia. This region is going to be sort of easier to demonstrate how like slot 1 and the other buildings and stuff work. So first things up, what you can do is you can actually expand your undeveloped territory straight up, which is cool because it's easier to manage buildings like that. Kind of makes sense. You'd know where the land is going to be, where you roughly want to develop anyway. Plans have been made instead of waiting until like pop increases. Unlike so like in Rome, it's about the same as well. So at the moment, as you can currently see, Latin culture is at 44%, Italian 44% here. Down in Tarentum, we're currently Latin, of course, it's on the rise, but Italian is currently here. So at the moment, this is how it's broken down. So obviously, it's not our Latin culture just yet, so we can't build certain buildings. Like, there's no point of building a Senate building in Tarentum until the Latin culture is changed. So in slot 1, you've got 4 choices. First up, you have the colonia, like the colony style building. You can go with a federal city, civitas. You can go with a prefecta, and then you can go with a colony. So you can really change and match what you want to do. So obviously, if they slowly but surely go over to Latin culture here in Tarentum, we're going to go with sort of an allied form city, instead of the likes of Dyrrachium, which is going to be... What is Dyrrachium? Macedonian. So, for example, you probably want to be going down here. Oh, it's even different for them. Okay. Yeah, so it even changes even more so. Allied, state, tribunate. You can even break it down even further to foreign states as well. So you can have like the allied states within the Italian peninsula, and then all the way over here you can have tribunate states as well. And all do sort of different taxation, influence, and maintenance buffs. So, what we sort of want to do here now as well, so that's how basically the buildings work, and as you can see here, there's an abundance of buildings to choose from. It really reminds me of Roma Surrectum back in the day. I've got a Let's Play of that from like 4 years ago on my other channel. Don't watch it, because it's just shit compared to this high quality content that I produce now. Anyway, right, so let's go through the buildings. So as you can see here, we have our Senate building. So we have an aqueduct here, Temple of Jupiter. What else do we got here in the province of Italia? We've got a forum. So what we want to prioritize for ourselves is food, sanitation, money, public order slash religious sort of conversion buildings, and then we want to go through military. So basically what you want to try and do is get a forum, an aqueduct, a religious building, and make some money. We want to make some money, and you have to prioritize where your military buildings are. So Italia is going to be the beating heart, the military might of my empire. So we've already got an aqueduct, check. We've already got a temple to Jupiter, check. That's going to give us our public order and morale. We have Roman roads here. So what I want to try and do is build a government building. We need local administration. I nearly forgot to say that as well. But we also want to get a campus Marius. We get a field of Mars in. Okay, so we've already got our aqueduct, but it does allow you to sort of double up on stuff. We've already got a Roman forum here as well. That's fantastic. Now, some of the icons are taken from Medieval 2 and Rome 2, so you need to read carefully what they do, because some of them don't do exactly what you would think. So let's get some consecrate... Oh, we don't need consecrated grounds because we've already got a Temple of Jupiter. So what else do I want here? Okay, so what I definitely want to do is get a public wells, which is going to help with our sanitation. That was on the list. And I also wanted to get a food resource. I wanted to get a granary, wherever that was. What are public lands? That adds food, though, as well. So let's get a granary, and let's get those public grounds in, because we're going to need food. But in the same boat, we really need money-making machines and a research stuff as well. So there's a lot of stuff we can go through, which we desperately need. Okay, so let's go with public land. Okay, so also down in the bottom right, we've got to watch out for urbanization. That's another unique mechanic. So let's push down here to Magna Graecia. So this is going to be different. So obviously here, this is a communal and loosely rural region. Obviously, the industrial build-up of Rome, there's not too much farmland, there's not too much agriculture compared to the vast farmlands and whatnot in southern Italy. So, we want to try and make Magna Graecia the breadbasket of the Roman Empire. That's what I want to try and do. Rome is going to be the military-industrial, kind of like, we want to try and make it like Egypt, kind of make it like the Ukraine, like the Soviets, Ukraine, breadbasket, and the Ptolemy Egypt one, I guess. Right, okay, so at the moment, I think I'm quite happy with this sort of stuff. We want to try and prioritize the 5 things I was going before. Food, sanitation, money, public order, and maybe get a temple in here as well. Okay, so at the moment, I'm currently building public wells down in the south, consecrated grounds for a temple. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to build a forum. We can't actually build a government building just yet until we change over, so that's something to mind of. So at the moment, we've currently got an aqueduct, a granary, Roman roads, we've got wells, we've got an estate, we've got a lot of public land here as well. Consecrated grounds are on the way. We've still got 4,500 in the bank. I'm umming and ahhing now whether or not to build some armies in my out-tier provinces to protect them. Well, look, at the moment, we're currently losing like 28 public order in the regions nearby us. We haven't got Italia, Sardinia, and Corsica under control. Basically, what's happened in this campaign, there's been huge, rapid, vast, and quickly conquered Roman expansion, and basically the game hasn't been ready to catch up with these sort of recruitment. So, Roma, let's raise some forces here. Let's get Sextus Julius Caesar. I would like to get my son in as well, but basically what I want to do is make my family of the Julius Caesars be the military commanders in Rome. Okay, so we've got 3 units to choose from here. Samnite soldiers, Etruscan, Hastati, and Principes. Let's get 2 units of Principes, 2 units of Hastati. Actually, I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to get 2 units of Hastati, 2 levies, and we'll have a look at the mercs. Oh, we can get some mercenaries. 250 for 632. That's not too bad for a mercenary Samnite spearman. That's actually worth it, to be honest. Okay, so let's leave it like that. Wait for that recruitment to come now then. In Rome, that's going to help with our public order. I also want to try and keep my territories here in Spain because we've already got the investment. The rebellion in Dyrrachium, nah, meh, really. When I think about it, so Carthanova and Cordoba here as well. So Carthanova is definitely what we want to look for. Okay, so let's raise Lucius Julius Caesar, my son. And does this change the recruitment? Yes, it vastly does. Okay, so here are the mercs we can recruit. Celt-Iberian cavalry, slingers, and Iberian warriors. That's good. I love that they've actually made the mercenaries economically viable, because in Rome 1 and Medieval 2, it was worth to buy mercenaries. It was worth the payment. So I like how it kind of encourages you to buy them. So let's just get some simple Hastati, or maybe getting some levies might be a good idea, because then we can get some more of them. Because we are going to be running a little bit cheap here, so that would be just fine, because we've only got 2,000 left. So let's continue to get that recruitment up. Okay, so we're actually okay. I didn't realize that we had Arretium here. Aqueduct, probably just go straight for publics. I kind of wish I could see what's what a little bit better. But it's a controversial topic, isn't it? Because in Thrones of Britannia, I quite like how stuff is highlighted. So I kind of wish in this it would be sort of blue, red, green, yellow. But in the same boat, it's not like the other Total Wars. I completely see people like would not want this because they want to sort of try and guess for themselves what's what compared to like the highlight stuff, because it's a bit streamlined in Thrones of Britannia. We like the colours and stuff, so you just go, you know what I mean? Green for food, red for military, and whatnot. Yellow for money. So we've just got enough for public wells here. Cool. So we've got a food surplus at the moment. Right, so before we end the term, we've got to deal with our officers as well, alongside with governors. Okay, cool. So let's try and bring people in. So let's have a look at some of their stats. Minus upkeep for land and command. So we want the best to sort of focus within Italy itself. What are some other ones here? Public order. St. Infilus, Publius, Valenius, Tapius. God, these Roman names are going to be the death of me. Minus 10, Publius Galba. Man, this guy's awesome. Look at his command. Minus construction. We might put Publius Galba within Italia itself. Okay, we've got Gannicus here. Oh, we're not going to be able to afford. Does it cost that much? No, I don't think it does. Gannicus, minus building construction as well. Who else have we got here? Public order with Publius. Marshal. Minus upkeep. So what was this again? This was minus construction, or do we want public order? We want public order in our foreign regions, sort as you know what I mean. While the construction can be in Italia. Right. Okay. So what's this? What is Magna? It's Magna Graecia. So let's put Gannicus and Magna Graecia, and as Arminium or Arrhenium borders with the barbarians in the north, we're better off putting public order there. So let's put Publius in Venetia. Okay, then we're moving on to Sardinia and Corsica. By the look of it now, probably put Publius there. Okay, and let's put Publius in Sardinia and Corsica. Okay, cool. Can I give out any of these officers yet. So no one can be a consul. No one can be a praetor. So, Tribune of the Plebs, Marcus Cato. Where is, Tiberius Gracchus? Okay. I was gonna say, he's not quite ready, just yet. Okay, let's get Marcus Cato to be Tribune of the Plebs. And no one can be an Edel just yet. Who can be a Quaestor? Maybe my son? No, no one else can just yet. Oh, here we go. Publius Galba and Publius Petius can become Edels. Publius... Yeah, become Edels. And Quaestors will bring... No, we can't bring Gracchi in. Or the Gracchi brothers. Scipio can be a Quaestor. Anyone else? How about Lucius Scipio as well? Okay, I think everyone else has a office now, which is cool. Right, so you only can do one thing at a time. So, as you can see here, if I want to adopt Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus, I have to do that rather than give him the Quaestor leadership. Right, okay, I think that's it for this first turn. It's been a hell of a turn. Let's end it and continue. Oh, we've got to do the edicts as well. Okay, right, that's another feature we haven't spoken about in this. But hopefully, this is episode 1. We're going through the game mechanics. We're showing the campaign map off. Would have been better to have this the other way around compared to the battle, to be honest. So here are the edicts. Now, maintenance is a massive thing in this game. Like I mentioned before, buildings have maintenance as well. As you can see here, 400 for the campus military building. But edicts as well also have, the edicts have benefits, but they also have maintenance and counter costs. The seasons are tremendously harsh in ancient empires as well, so we've got to keep a mind up on that. So we can go with open borders, which gives us income, public order, but minus state influence. We can get minus corruption, public order, but we lose our tax revenue. We can get food, we can import food, we can export food and import food, we can increase taxes, and we also can get conscription and bread and game. So in Roma itself, what are we best to do? Our public order isn't actually too bad at the moment. Importing food would be a good idea somewhere in Magna Graecia. Maybe bread and games. Public order, income, but a plus 20 food consumption. It's costly. Tax revenue, recruitment, land units, 5 public order. Look, we'll go with bread and games. Then down here, we'll import food, I think. Yeah, we'll import 70 food, 1,500. Let's import food down here in Magna Graecia. And where were the other edicts? It was in Sardinia and Corsica. So what am I best to do here? I would like to increase taxes if I can, or something, or public order more so. Okay, so what I'm going to do here in Corellas is I'm going to lower the taxes, I think. We get a plus 9 public order, but we lose a 13% of tax. So roughly 10% of 2,400. Yeah, it's probably 600. It's probably worth it. And Arretium here as well is probably in the same boat. Yeah, we're better off to lower taxes. Speaking of boats, we need one. We want to try and send one definitely to Egypt. We want to try and get trade with Egypt. Maybe even some of the Eastern Kingdoms here. Maybe Britain, the Gauls. That's definitely on my to-do list. Well, let's do a quick auto-save. Let's end the turn and continue. See what comes up. Hopefully the end turn phase isn't as long as coming into the campaign map. Because, yeah, I assume that's just loading assets and whatnot. But once we're in, hopefully we are keen and raring to go. Non-aggression pact. Do we have trade with you? I'm more than happy to dish it out for money. Because having non-aggression pacts with people is going to piss other guys off. So I'm not really that interested. I want to try and be neutral and try and get trade with as many people as I can. So essentially in this game, trade and resources are the backbone of your economy. You want to try and get as much of it as possible. Faction destroyed. Worth your wild. Okay, so money, it seems, is the object of desire. So we can bribe him, decree. Oh. So what's what are we currently at influence-wise? Only 48. Intimidate. Loyalty shoots down. What am I best to do? Okay, so there's been a hiccup in the adoption. Lucius Julius Caesar hasn't got the adoption papers. Hang on. He hasn't got the adoption papers sorted out properly. I bumped my fucking boom mic there when I was trying to do that little bit of a sketch. Right, so he can't afford the bribe. We could decree, but we lose a 40% influence with Sextus Julius Caesar. Or we can intimidate, which I think I'm more inclined to do, as it's only a -2 loyalty, and Publius Cornelius Scipio is a patriot, if you will. He loves the Roman Empire. So, let's intimidate. Balance of power shifting to 42% now, and all those other positions have now come through as well. Look, a lot of just other far-flung wars in the middle of nowhere, which, you know what, I don't really care overly about. So, at the moment now, our food is at 205, minus 400 from buildings. Like, that just shows you there. So, 70 from Edicts, yeah, it's probably worth it. I wanted to sort of test out our food situation. So, at the moment now is seek wives. Seek wives for the rest of these blokes. That's what we want to do. Okay, let's move my army now to Hadrumetum. Also, every single city and town in this game has walls. So regardless of what it looks like, as you can see, it's a bit deceiving here, there are walls. So you've got to build up siege equipment to charge. Okay, so let's bring some ladders there. Right, perfect. So let's siege Hadrumetum now. It looks like what remains of... Oh, they've actually been attacked there. Sorry, they've actually recruited an army there. Interesting. Okay, I'm better off to go here. To have sort of a buffer zone between myself and my vassal. Okay, so we're slowly but surely as well trying to... what was I going to say? Build up our army here. So, we want to recruit some forces as well. Let's raise a fleet. Someone I don't particularly care about, but I wouldn't overly mind losing. So, Titus Flammius, 27. I want to keep Marcus Cato, Gaius, Lucius, Gaius. He's a 10-star commander, fucking hell. Titus Quintius Flamminus is gonna become a pirate. Right, have we got any sort of force marched something? That was on the other day, Pirates of the Caribbean. I quite like those movies, but at the end of the day, like that, especially that first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, you've got fucking Legolas, you've got Lando Bloom going, I don't want to be a pirate. Then you got the second half of that fucking movie with Keira Knightley, I want to be a pirate. And that like sums up the whole fucking series. I don't want to be a pirate. I want to be a pirate. I don't want to be a pirate. I want to be a Chinese pirate. It fucking annoys the shit out of me. Well, okay, guys. Unfortunately, on that note, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching Episode 1 of the Ancient Empires mod campaign as the Roman Republic. In the next episode, we're going to take Hadrumetum, and we're going to have the Siege of Carthage. Off camera, I might do some recruitment buildings and stuff. Essentially, try and convert sort of the Senate forum sort of stuff. Try and get my Italian provinces over to the Allies sort of stuff. I might even try and make some of my foreign territories tribunates. But yeah, I want to focus, obviously, of course, on these things. Food, sanitation, money, public order, and obviously building up our military might in Rome. I'd rather just say those things and summarize it for you than going through it every episode. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this campaign as much as I've had so far. I've had an absolute blast. I want to try and plan to do about 10 episodes for this series. We'll see how far we go. But I can definitely see myself doing more on this mod and more campaigns. Macedon is definitely what I'm sort of looking for. To be fair, Egypt will be cool, maybe the Seleucids, or Carthage at the end of the day. I recommend downloading this mod and playing along with me, maybe starting your own Roman campaign, maybe adopting Publius Cornelius Africanus, sort of role-playing as the dictator Sextus Julius Caesar. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos on the channel. I hope you've enjoyed the beta version 1.0 of Ancient Empires. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box. These days, to get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click the bell, of course, to join the notifications squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. If you guys would like to get yourself some cheap and reliable games, check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below. Maybe you can pick up a strategy game you haven't picked up just yet. Maybe Hearts of Iron, maybe Crusader Kings 2, maybe a Total War. Check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below for cheap and reliable games. I do recommend going and checking out the prices even. There's some really good prices on there. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Really close cinematic shots here, pushing through the bridge. Oh, look at... That was probably the shot of the video there.